Hello and welcome back to Audiobook 101, where we explore powerful book summaries that inspire, educate, and transform. Here you don't just listen, you learn, and you apply those lessons to real life. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a dream that you truly wanted to achieve, but no matter how hard you tried, it just didn't happen? Or maybe you've only watched other people reach their dreams while yours always feel out of reach. You're not the only one. We all go through that feeling at some point. Sometimes it looks like some people are just made for success. Everything works out for them. They win the game of life while we're still figuring out the rules. But here's a question worth asking. Why not you? Why can't you win too? That's exactly what this book is here to show you. You Can Win is not just about motivation, it's a step-by-step guide to help you understand how success really works. It will help you get started, give you direction, and teach you how to set clear goals so you can finally turn your dreams into reality. And the best part? Every chapter comes with a simple action plan you can practice like an exercise. These are real techniques used by successful people around the world. So if you're serious about success and ready to change your life, stay with us till the end. And if you're new here or haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss powerful summaries like this one. Let's begin.
Importance of attitude. Building a positive attitude. Why do some people, organizations, or companies succeed far more than others? What makes them stand out? The answer is simple: quality. And by quality, we don't just mean products or services. We mean the quality of people and their choices. In the world of success, attitude plays a powerful role. It's often the invisible line that separates winners from losers. Think about it. No great building can stand without a strong foundation. In the same way, no great business or life can succeed without strong-minded individuals, what we call top quality people, TQP. These are the people with a deep inner drive, the kind you want on your team. They don't just show up, they bring energy, passion, and a desire to take things to the next level. Research has shown that most people don't get hired just because of their resume. They get hired because of their attitude. And that same attitude becomes the key to building a successful life and business. So where does attitude come from? It's shaped by our environment, our experiences, and the way we choose to see the world. A person with a positive outlook tends to care about others, stay calm under pressure, and find creative solutions when things go wrong. They are confident, patient, and resourceful. If you want to be counted among top performers, you need to develop that kind of attitude. And like any skill, it comes with daily practice. Keep learning, keep growing, and protect your mind. Stay away from negativity, whether it's people, toxic conversations, or even what you watch on TV. What you consume becomes what you believe. Let me tell you a story that shows just how powerful attitude can be. There was once an African farmer named Hafiz. He lived a simple, happy life working on his land. One day, a wise man visited him and told him something that changed his life forever. The wise man said, "Diamonds can make you very rich. If you find a diamond the size of your thumb, you could buy an entire city. And if you find one the size of your fist, you could buy a whole country." That night, Hafiz couldn't sleep. Though he had been content before, now he felt restless and unfulfilled. The next morning, he made a life-changing decision. He sold his farm and went out in search of diamonds. He traveled for months, maybe years, searching everywhere, but finding nothing. Eventually, tired, broke, and hopeless, Hafiz ended his life by jumping into a river in Spain. But here's the twist. After Hafiz left, The man who bought his farm noticed something strange near the river that ran through the property. While enjoying the morning view one day, he saw something shining in the water. Curious, he picked it up, and it was a diamond. Later, when the same wise man came to visit the new owner, he looked around and realized something shocking. Hafiz had been living on top of a diamond mine all along. This story holds a powerful lesson. If Hafiz had stayed positive, if he had trusted what he already had instead of chasing something far away, he could have been the richest man in the land. But because he let negative thoughts and doubt take over, he lost everything, even his life. A positive attitude doesn't just change your mindset, it can change your destiny. Success. Winning strategies. We've already learned that success comes from our attitude, and attitude, in the end, is a choice. That means success is not about luck, it's about the choices you make. If you want to move forward in life, you have to look for opportunities. You can't just sit and wait for things to happen. Success isn't a destination. It's the journey of achieving your goals, one step at a time, no matter how many obstacles come your way. Think about it. There has never been a single success story in history that didn't face problems or setbacks. Take Thomas Edison, for example. Before inventing the light bulb, he failed nearly 10,000 times, but he didn't give up. Why? Because he had the right mindset. A mindset filled with desire, commitment, and responsibility. To succeed, you need that same kind of mentality. You need the desire to work harder than others, the strength to manage your time wisely, and the courage to keep going even when things get tough. Remember this, most people give up when they're just one step away from reaching their goal. They quit because they lose hope. They think they've reached their limit. But if you want to win, you have to take risks and move forward, even when it's hard. If you dream of entering the business world, come prepared. Follow the laws of nature. Turn your mistakes into your greatest teachers. And never forget to be grateful for what you have. Let me share a powerful story. One day, a young man went to Socrates and asked, "What's the secret to success?" Socrates smiled and said, "Meet me by the river tomorrow morning." The next day, they walked side by side along the riverbank. Suddenly, Socrates grabbed the young man by the neck and pushed his head underwater. The man struggled. He kicked, flailed his arms, and fought with all his strength to breathe. His face turned blue. Just when he was about to pass out, Socrates let him go. The man came up, gasping for air, breathing heavily. Socrates looked at him and asked, "While you were underwater, what did you want the most?" The man replied, "Air." Socrates said, "The day you want success as badly as you just wanted air, you will get it." Now, Socrates' way of teaching may seem harsh, but his message was unforgettable. When your desire for success becomes unstoppable, you'll chase it with everything you have, and that's when success will chase you back. Motivation. Motivating yourself and others every day. The most important question isn't, "How do I do it?" It's, "Why am I not doing it already?" Most people already know what they need to do to succeed. The gap is not knowledge, it's action. Inspiration from others is great, but you only feel truly motivated when you change your own actions. Your deepest source of motivation comes from your inner values. People who have clear targets, clear goals, naturally feel more driven. Yes, outside forces like fear, money, or rewards can push you for a while, but lasting motivation comes from inside. Pride in good work, a sense of achievement, personal responsibility, and caring for others. You can also help others feel motivated. Give real help. Show respect. Acknowledge their effort. and challenge them gently but firmly to do a little better each time. People rise when they feel seen and when the bar is set with belief. Let me share a story. There was a boy on a school soccer team. He was always a reserve. The coach didn't trust his game. Still, the boy's father came to every match, even though the boy rarely got to play. After a while, the boy stopped coming to practice. Then one day, he returned. Calm, focused, different. It was the day of the school's final match. He begged the coach to let him play. At first the coach refused. "This is the final. We can't take risks." But the boy kept asking. So the coach finally agreed. What happened next surprised everyone. The boy played like a star, running hard, creating chances, scoring goals. He became the hero of the match. After the game, the coach asked, "How did you do that? You've never played like this before." The boy said, "My father came to watch me today." "But your father isn't here," the coach replied, confused. The boy lowered his voice. "My father was blind. He came to every game and never saw me play. He passed away, and today I felt he was watching me from above. I wanted to make him proud. When your reason is strong, your effort becomes unstoppable. So, if you want daily motivation, set one clear goal, decide why it matters to you, take one small action today, and hold yourself accountable tomorrow. Keep your standards high, expect progress from yourself, and keep moving forward, one choice, one step, one day at a time. Self-esteem. Building a positive self-image. What you think about yourself changes everything. When your self-esteem rises, your performance rises. You feel more motivated, happier, and more ambitious. Be careful about the company you keep. People who are constantly negative or unreliable pull your standards down. Protect your mindset. Spend more time with people who keep their word, take responsibility, and bring a positive approach to life and work. Real self-esteem doesn't come from talk. It shows up in actions. What you choose, what you refuse, how you treat others, and how you keep promises to yourself all reveal how much you value yourself. Upbringing, environment, education, and discipline shape this inner picture. Discipline isn't the enemy of freedom. It is the steering wheel that keeps your freedom moving in the right direction. Success isn't about doing only what you like. It's about bringing your whole heart to whatever you do. Life won't be perfect. Confidence means trusting that you can handle difficult situations as they come. To build a positive self-image, release painful old stories, and keep your attention stays on past wins and proud moments. Keep moving despite your limits. Be helpful. Give sincere compliments. And when someone praises you, accept it with a simple thank you. Speak to yourself like you would to a friend. Keep small promises to yourself every day. Those small wins stack up into quiet confidence. There's a powerful example in the story of Wilma Rudolph. As a child, she had polio and wore leg braces. Doctors told her she might never walk normally. Her mother believed otherwise, and so did Wilma. She worked, trained, fell behind, and lost many races. She kept going. With coaching and relentless discipline, she improved step by step. At the 1960 Rome Olympics, Wilma won the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 meters relay, becoming the first American woman to win 3 track and field gold medals at a single Games. The same legs once braced for walking became the fastest on earth. That's the power of a healthy self-image, clear values, steady discipline, and daily action. Build it from the inside out, and your results will follow. Interpersonal skills. Building a pleasing personality. There's a saying, the world needs people knowledge more than product knowledge. Skills matter, but how you treat people matters more. Charisma isn't magic. It's simply caring, connecting, and making others feel respected. Think of life like an echo. What you send out comes back. If you give kindness and positive energy, you'll receive the same in return. To build strong relationships, avoid what breaks them: dishonesty, rudeness, and selfishness. Instead, be responsible for your words and actions. Try to understand feelings, not just facts. Keep your promises. Complain and criticize less. Encourage more. When someone makes a mistake, remember they're human. Forgive. Listen more than you speak. Admit your own mistakes quickly. Arguing to win rarely helps. Choose useful conversations instead of fights. And remember, to have good friends, be a good friend. Here's a short story. Two farmers were neighbors. One baked bread, the other sold butter. Every day they traded a fresh loaf for 1 pound of butter. One day, the baker began to doubt the weight. He measured the butter and found it lighter than a pound. Angry, he took the butter seller to court. The judge asked the butter seller, "How do you weigh your butter?" The man said, "I don't own a scale weight. I use the baker's loaf as my measure. I place his bread on one side and match my butter on the other, because he always says his loaf weighs 1 pound. Silence filled the room. The truth was clear. We get back what we give. That's the heart of interpersonal skill. Offer fairness, respect, and honesty, and it comes back multiplied. Practical daily habits. Greet warmly and use names. Ask one thoughtful question, then listen fully. Acknowledge effort. Say thank you. Avoid gossip. Speak to people, not about them. If you're wrong, apologize fast. Keep small promises. Trust grows from there. Build this kind of personality, and your network, reputation, and opportunities will grow on their own. Subconscious mind and habit. Make success automatic. We are all born with the capacity to succeed. What usually stops us isn't talent. It's the patterns and habits we follow without thinking. From the outside, successful people look like everything is easy for them. The truth? They've learned so much from experience that success became a habit. Their subconscious mind now runs the right routines on autopilot. Here's the idea. Your conscious choices train your subconscious. The subconscious doesn't argue. It follows repeated instructions. So feed it clear signals through what you do every day, what you read, watch, listen to, and who you spend time with. Create an atmosphere of success around you. Better books, better podcasts, better company, better routines. Yes, habits are hard to change. The mind resists change. That's normal. Keep the big picture in front of you and act anyway. Habits don't grow overnight. They grow with discipline and patience. A quick story. The author tells of two nephews who loved playing tennis. Their father once complained about the cost. The reply was simple. Paying for tennis is cheaper than paying for bad habits later. Tennis kept the boys engaged, healthy, and focused. An empty mind quickly fills with the wrong things. Life is like a vacuum. If you don't fill it with positive habits, negative ones will rush in. So ask yourself, where are my habits taking me? Toward success or toward failure? Decide today to replace what pulls you down with what builds you up. 12-day habit. Kickstart. Use this as a simple plan to train your subconscious. Day 1. Clean your self-talk. Drop lines like, "I'm tired." Replace with, "I'll do one small step." Day 2. Pick one keystone habit. Choose just one habit that moves life forward. Reading 10 minutes, a 10-minute walk, script writing 15 minutes. Day 3, make it tiny and timed. Shrink it to a 2-minute start, fix a time and place. Day 4, shape your environment. Lay out what you need. Remove distractions, block apps, prep desk. Day 5, add accountability. Tell a friend. Check in daily. Use a simple paper tracker. Day 6, use the instead rule. When the old cue appears, do this positive action instead. Day 7, micro reward. After you do it, small reward, a stretch, a song, a check mark. Day 8, 60-second visualization. Picture your future self who already owns this habit. Day 9, track the streak. Mark each day. Don't break the chain. Day 10, remove friction. Prepare the night before. Make starting effortless. Day 11, identity sentence. Say, I am the type of person who shows up even when it's hard. Day 12, review and level up. What worked? Keep the streak. If it's solid, increase by 10%. Build habits that match the person you want to be. Start small, repeat daily, and let your subconscious carry the load. Over time, success won't just be a goal, it will be your default setting. Goal setting, setting and achieving your goals. People who don't have a clear vision for their life rarely reach their destination. Without direction, they drift, moving from one thing to another without ever making real progress. That's why it's so important to understand that setting goals is very different from simply having dreams or wishes. Dreams are vague. Goals give you direction. If you don't know where you're going, you're unlikely to ever get there. And the truth is, most people never set proper goals. Why? Because deep down, they doubt themselves. They fear failure. They feel uncertain about whether they're capable of achieving anything meaningful, so they settle for whatever life hands them. But this is where the gap between ordinary and extraordinary begins. Ambition is what separates great people from the average. To succeed, your goals must be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, I want to get fit, say, I want to build a six-pack in 6 months. A clear goal like that gives your mind something real to focus on and a timeline to stay accountable. Don't aim for the impossible. Aim for what stretches you, but still feels within reach. Your goals can be short-term or long-term, but no matter what they are, they must not come at the cost of balance. Sometimes, people get so obsessed with one goal that they forget everything else: health, relationships, happiness. But true success isn't about sacrificing life, it's about improving it. Keep your focus, yes, but also protect your peace. Let's take the powerful story of Florence Chadwick, the world-famous swimmer. She had already crossed the English Channel, and now she set her sights on an even bigger challenge, the Catalina Channel. With the world watching, she swam through icy waters and thick fog. Even sharks couldn't stop her. But despite her incredible strength and determination, she couldn't see the land ahead because of the fog. After swimming for hours, exhausted and disoriented, Florence gave up just 1 mile before the finish line. 2 months later, she tried again. This time, she succeeded. What was different? She had created a clear vision in her mind. She mentally pictured the shoreline throughout her swim. That one shift helped her break the men's world record by 2 hours. This story reminds us vision matters. No matter how strong or talented you are, if you can't see your goal clearly, you'll lose hope before you reach the end. But if your vision is clear and your goals are strong, you'll keep going even through the fog. Values and vision. Doing the right thing for the right reason. How do we know if the values we live by are right? How can we be sure that the choices we're making are truly aligned with what's good and meaningful? It's not a simple question because values are personal. Everyone sees life through their own lens. What feels right to one person may not feel the same to another. So how do we decide? The book suggests 2 simple but powerful tests to check your values. The first is called the Mama Test. Before you act, ask yourself, would my mother be proud of this decision? If the answer is yes, you're likely on the right path. If not, it's a sign that something within your value system may need to change. The second is the Father Test. This time, imagine you are the parent. Ask yourself, if my child saw me doing this, would they look up to me? If you believe they would, then you're living with integrity. But if you feel they'd be disappointed, it's time to reflect and realign your actions. The truth is, values don't stay fixed on their own. They must be practiced and nurtured. Your values shape your identity. They define who you are and what kind of life you'll lead. If your values are wrong, life will feel empty, confusing, and full of regret. But when they are right, they bring clarity, purpose, and peace. That purpose then builds your vision. And once you know your purpose, your direction becomes clear. Let's understand this with the story of King Midas. King Midas loved gold, so much that he wanted everything he touched to turn into it. One day, a stranger appeared and granted him one wish. Without thinking twice, Midas said, "I want the power to turn anything I touch into gold." The stranger warned him to be careful, but Midas was blinded by greed. The wish would come true by morning. The next day, when Midas touched his bed, it turned to gold. He was thrilled. He touched the table, the walls. Everything turned into shiny gold. He was overjoyed until he tried to eat. The food turned to gold. The water turned to gold. He couldn't take a bite. He was starving, desperate. But the real tragedy came when his young daughter came running into his arms. The moment he hugged her, she too turned into a lifeless golden statue. Midas was devastated. He broke down in tears, filled with guilt and regret. He begged the stranger to take his wish back. The stranger returned and asked, "Now what do you want?" And Midas replied, "I want my daughter back." "Take everything else. I just want her." His wish was reversed. His daughter returned to life. And for the first time, Midas realized what truly mattered. It wasn't gold. It was love. It was family. It was life. Just like King Midas, if we don't stop to examine our values, we may end up chasing the wrong things. We might waste our time pursuing what looks shiny on the outside, but is meaningless on the inside. That's why it's so important to pause and ask ourselves, what really matters to me? Because only when we're clear about that can we set goals that truly matter and live a life worth remembering. Conclusion. This book doesn't just tell you how to become a winner. It helps you understand what exactly you need to do to turn yourself into one. It shows that success is not something granted by luck or shaped by your surroundings. Instead, it's built on your mindset, your character, and the values you choose to live by. Throughout the journey of this book, we discovered why maintaining a positive attitude is so important. We learned how motivation and self-esteem play a powerful role in shaping a successful life. Without them, it becomes difficult to stay focused, energized, and driven. But it doesn't end there. Success isn't just about individual effort. It also depends on the relationships you build, the respect you give to others, and how you treat the world around you. Your personality matters. It should be pleasing, welcoming, and built on integrity. Because life, as the book beautifully reminds us, is like a boomerang. Whatever you send out, whether it's kindness, honesty, or positivity, will eventually return to you in some form. We also explored how to set SMART goals, goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. But even the smartest goals won't work unless they're built on the right foundation. Your goals must be aligned with strong values. If your life is driven by negative habits or weak principles, it won't lead to fulfillment, no matter how ambitious your targets may be. So, keep your vision clear, keep improving yourself, and never stop spreading positivity. Life is a win-win game. The more you give, the more you receive. When you care for others, when you help your community, the universe has a way of sending those rewards back to you. Now the real question is, what will you do with what you've learned? The tools are in your hands. The path is clear. Follow the action plans from this book and start making small, consistent changes in your life. Your success is already waiting for you. You just have to take the first step. Thank you for listening to this summary of You Can Win by Shiv Khera, an inspiring guide that reminds us that success is not accidental, but intentional. If you found value in this video, take a moment to reflect on one idea that stood out to you the most and start applying it today. At Audiobook 101, we don't just share summaries, we bring you powerful ideas that can truly transform your mindset, your habits, and your life. If you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications so you never miss another life-changing summary. And before you go, let us know in the comments which lesson from this book hit you the hardest. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to become great. Stay inspired, stay unstoppable.